And welcome everybody, it's Dan Latto speaking. Welcome to the Business Growth Show. So in today's show, I want to talk to you about what to do when somebody says, yeah, but you know what, when you're starting up that business, there's just too much competition. It's not the right business for you. Every man and his dog's out trying to do that particular business, and so it's not going to work for you. And we hear this all the time, by the way, from clients coming through to us, especially for people like property sourcers. They say, I want to be a property sourcer, and people go, oh, everyone's a property sourcer these days. And honestly, if you look at the actual facts, there's not many property sourcers out there at all. And even if there are, the ones that are out there right now are pretty dreadful. I'm sure you've found this if you've ever bought phoned up for a car on Auto Trader and it's a garage and you phone them up and they go, oh, and they kind of grunt at you. And so you might be thinking, oh, I'm going to start up in a car business. And your mate says, oh, no, everyone's selling cars these days. It's not a good business for you. Yeah, but have you seen the competition? And so this is really the key. Is it's based around what the competition is doing. And in fact, it shouldn't even be around how bad the competition is. It should be about how good you are and what differentiates you and your business from everybody else. Now, if you are saying things like, well, we're the best and we're cheaper and we're faster and we're nicer and we're more professional, it just doesn't mean anything. They're just like useless words. I'm better, faster, cheaper, more handsome, more northern, more funny, better. It just makes no, it's just words. It makes no difference, right? So the thing that does make a difference is what's actually your USP. So for example, in my digital marketing agency, what we do is we take someone who's got a website, there's not a lot of traffic going to it, say, and then we redesign the website, we redesign what their lead magnet is, we redesign what their sales conversion mechanism is, and then we shove in a whole bunch of traffic at the front end. And we do that by creating organic traffic, which we then move into Facebook ads and YouTube ads and Google ads, once we know what the organic traffic is doing and what's working for them. So that's our USP. We don't just build a website, for example, and go, there you go, you're on your own. We do the whole thing from start to finish. And when we look at the finished item that we've got with our clients, I look at some of these, I'm like, I'm so glad they came to us, because there was no way on this planet would they be able to do what we've done. And that's our USP. You could sit there and try and create your own website for the next 12 months, but it's going to be crap, right? So our USP is we do everything from sales conversion to lead magnets to working out what the website is and what needs to go onto the website, through to this is all the traffic that you need to do. So when somebody says, oh, no, you don't want to be starting up that business, no, there's too many people doing that business, it's crazy for you to think, you know what, you're right. I know I'm down the pub and I'm eating my peanuts and I'm having a pint, but you know, in this 3-minute conversation, you clearly know far more than I ever could about this business that I've been researching for 6 months, because I've just met you in a pub and you've got a snapshot about who I am and what I do and all this kind of thing, right? And so this is also the side of it, is that people are going to downplay you and your abilities. And that can actually affect you quite a lot, because you're like, well, I did start a business and I have had a failed business. And by the way, I've had failed businesses too. I've had loads of failed businesses, millions of damn things, right? And I've also had some really successful businesses. But you're supposed to fail, right? You are supposed to fail at first. That is the point. Yeah, but I've just started this business and it's not going as well. It's not supposed to go well. You're not supposed to just start in business and close business and be driving Lamborghinis and Ferraris. That is not how it happens, right? You are going to fail more times than you succeed. And it is in the failing that you get your successes. So you've got to fail faster, you've got to fail forwards, and you've got to fail more often. You've got to push the envelope as to what you think is possible. You've got to put yourself out there. So one of the other things that I hear people saying, and I say to them, you know, all your friends need to know what you do. Your parents need to know what you do. Your brothers and sisters, your dog, your friend's dog. Everybody needs to know what it is that you do. And they say this, they say, yes, I want to keep it quiet for now. What? What the? You want to keep it quiet? These people are going to pay you some money to pay your mortgage and put food on the table? No, I want to keep it quiet. I don't want people to find out. Why don't you want people to find out? Well, in case it doesn't work. Oh, I get it. If at first you don't succeed, hide all the evidence you ever tried. I get that. I've been there too. It doesn't work. You've got to let everybody know what you do. In fact, one of the things that we are scared of right now on our digital marketing agency is actually turning on the tap. because we're going to get inundated and we can't scale and we can't grow in a safe manner that we actually want. We're lined up for profit for the next 6 months. We don't need to grow. We don't need extra clients on right now. And in fact, if we do take a lot on, we're going to cause some problems for us because we haven't got the capacity to scale up to that level. So we have to grow organically. But I hear people going, no, I just don't want anyone to find out what I'm doing. Well, you're in business. If you don't have anyone find out what you're doing, how are you going to find new customers? You've got to go out and tell everybody. And then not only tell everybody what you're doing, explain why they should be using you. What is your USP, your unique selling point? What is that? What's so unique about you that makes you better than the competition? Like, I like the competition. We get inspiration by looking at other people's websites and we go, okay, we want to create this idea and we've got to go research for competitors to see how they're doing it. And when we go and research for competitors and see how they're doing it, it's crap. Their websites are crap. There's no sales funnel in place. There's no lead magnet in place. There's nothing. And it's like, well, how are they closing business? And it's actually quite inspirational and motivational for us because we're like, guys, these guys are making business, closing business and selling, and their website is crap and their sales process is crap and the traffic is probably not great. And we go onto their social media and that's crap and that's crap. I saw something last week taken social media by storm, and I went and looked at their social media. Goodness me, if that is taking social media by storm, I dread to think what a low level of social media is. So the whole point of you going into business is to make money, but it should also be, how are you going to stand out? So there's this book called The Purple Cow by Seth Godin. If you've never read that book, you should absolutely read that book. And in that book, he's driving along and there in a field is a purple cow. And he's like, oh my gosh, I've never seen a purple cow. So he stops the car, he pulls over, he calls the cow over to him, he strokes the cow, he's never seen it, he touches it, he knows it's real. Wow, a purple cow. Gets back in his car and he's driving along. And then in the next field, there's 2 purple cows. And he's like, wow, more purple cows. Never seen those before. And then in the next field, there's 100 purple cows. And he's like, yeah, I've seen them. And the next field, there's 100 more purple cows, and so on and so on and so on. He doesn't stop. He doesn't get out because he's now seen purple cows. It makes no difference to him. That's the nature of the book. You can pretty much surmise the rest of the book just from the way I've said it there. But what's your purple cow? You want people, when they see your thing, to make them stop them and go, what's this? We do this using our pattern interruption videos. So we use music, we use B-roll, stock footage, depending on who it is, and we use text on there. So you know when you're in bed at 10 o'clock at night and you're scrolling through Facebook and Instagram, because we all do it, right? Twitter, whatever, Facebook. I said Facebook. And you're scrolling through. The point is, you see a video and it makes you stop and think, oh, what's that? It's like the equivalent of pulling the car over to look at these purple cows. Your marketing and your branding should stop a person from scrolling and go, I need to look at that. And if you're like me, I open into a new tab on Chrome and I go, I'll look at that later. And then I always forget, okay? But then the next day I see it again, and the next day I see it again because they're using retargeting ads. Again, that's exactly what you should be doing. So first of all, you get the pattern interrupt. You're getting them to stop their natural pattern, whatever that happens to be, going to sleep, brushing the teeth. Whatever that happens to be, and then they stop, they look at your thing, they might click the link and check you out on a website, and they might buy something. That'd be nice, but generally they don't. 83% of people leave your website in 7 seconds, I think it is, and 93% never ever come back to your website. So that's why you need a Facebook pixel, which then drags them back to the website effectively, so you can keep serving them adverts, and then eventually they click, they go onto the website and they buy because you've seen your adverts so many times. All that process starts from being a purple cow, getting a person to initially click from the Facebook onto their website. The cheapest way of doing this is organic content, right? That's by far the cheapest way. And then once they've hit your website, you hit them with a Facebook retargeting pixel, because then it's only people who've already been on your website will you be paying money to come back onto your website. It's not cold traffic. So that's how that works. And so you should be thinking about, what's your purple cow? What is your lead magnet? What is your video that's going to get someone to stop, actually watch the video and take a look at your website? What is that going to be? And then go onto your competitors' websites and find out what it is on your competitors' websites, because you'll soon see they don't have one either. Okay, so they're posting on social media, They land on a web page and there's no retargeting pixel, there's no follow-up, there's nothing. There's no lead magnet to get an email address, and then people are emailed often and regular. There's nothing, right? So this is what you need to be doing. It doesn't matter how much competition there is. Like, some of your competition is going to be amazing, okay? That's going to be like the 1%ers. Absolutely 1%. So what are you going to do about the other 99%? That's part of that pie that you can get access to. And eventually you can be in the 1% as well when you start spending enough money on your marketing and on traffic and on retargeting and all that stuff. But in the meantime, you've got to catch them with a purple cow. That's how you're going to stand out from your competitors. Now, normally at this stage, we've got a couple of questions come in, but we haven't got any coming today. At least I can't see any. Let me just check on Facebook, have a quick look. But I don't think there are any. Let's have a quick look here. Now, if you have got any questions, stick them in the box down below and we will answer those. I can't see any questions coming, so that's fine. Other than that, then, we are live again on Wednesday. We're in the Property Cash Flow Show. We'll talk about property. If you've got any questions about that, about investing in the UK, come and speak to me about that as well on Wednesday around 12 o'clock. Sometimes it's slightly early, sometimes it's slightly later. Other than that, we'll speak to you then. Have a great week. My name is Dan Latto. Take care.